Hi, it's me again. I am reliving my teenager, childhood, preteen dreams here. When I was yeah, I must have been like 15. It was, yeah, definitely teens, not preteens. But in like the 2010s, the Tumblr era, I mean, Tumblr's still a thing, you know what I mean? That era of fashion and like emo fashion, like scene fashion, it was all over like those Disney princess edits. And I wasn't a Tumblr girly back then. I was like seeing it all on Pinterest. So yeah, I think I started Tumblr like really getting into it in like 2017ish. Um, anyway, so that was like after the whole trend was dead. But like when I was a teenager, I was seeing these edits all over Pinterest, and I was like, oh my god, those are like. I'll be real, the fashion styles weren't always for me. Like all the excessive tattoos. I don't have anything against tattoos. I just think it looks kind of cluttered personally. But yeah, it just wasn't my thing. So I decided to edit these now. How like I like goth fashion to look and like different kind of subcultures. I don't know. So for Snow White, I kind of did go with the mid 2010s sort of uh, goth-ish things I was seeing around at the time and like how I wanted to look when I was like 15. Very like kind of Wednesday Addams inspired, but like not. Um, I don't want to say historically accurate because like her dress is just like a plain dress. It's not like from any time period that I know of. It's just like, you know, um, but like with more like fishnet and like more edgy edge to it. Like the spiky headband was a thing. Well, not necessarily headband, just like spiky anything. Like they were on shoes and everything, you know. So I kind of cropped the top there, and yeah, I start off by like when I do these edits, I kind of draw like I outline in like a bad color, kind of like a sketch layer basically. Like I sketch what I want and everything, and then I take it like the for Snow White I go in with the like a pencil sort of brush, but it's like because that's kind of what it looks like in the movie. But like for later princesses, it's more like more clean. So I take like my straight brush I usually use. But anyway, for Snow White, it's more like I don't want to say sketchy, more like painty maybe. I don't know. It just looks like real pencils are like on the screen. Not pencils, but like pencil marks. You know what I mean? So I made her lips red, but like darker. I wanted them. Okay, I had a dilemma between keeping character recognizability and I tried out a tattoo. Tried to do like a poison apple. It just like wasn't working with like where her hair was and everything. Like the pose, like it didn't. Yeah, it wasn't working. I don't know. I didn't know where to put it. Um, so yeah, I gave her some snake bites because I thought the bite thing was fitting. Oh, there she's done already. There she is. I like how she turned out. I kept it pretty simple for this one since it was my first like time doing this type of edit. Back to what I was saying about character recognizability. Yeah, I was kind of having a hard time differentiating like in my head between like do I want these to look like the characters or do I want to go like really far like with what the Pinterest girlies were doing back in the day of like they're kind of just different characters but with the princesses' faces. At least that's how it comes off to me. Like they don't look like themselves. They still look cool, and I still wanted to try that. Maybe I will at some point. I don't know. I feel like I kept it pretty safe here with like in terms of color. I kept everything pretty similar to the original palette. I don't know why I filmed this. This is just like filling in the background details so that like because her hair is blocking it, and I wanted her hair up for this edit, so I had to fill that all in again. Um, Sometimes I really enjoy doing that. Sometimes I don't. Like sometimes it's like calming. Anyway, so I give her like little e-girl ponytails. Yeah, I wanted her to be those bangs are just like perfect like floofy e-girl bangs, and I was like, I want to lean into that style. I know it's like a couple years old, so I mean people are still e-girling, but like this particular like trend is just kind of a little outdated at this point. So like, is it outdated? I don't know. Maybe I'm just not online enough to know anymore, or maybe I'm too old. I don't know. Like before Corona, the e-girling was like at its peak, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. But now I'm like, what is cool anymore? I have no idea. Um, so yeah, I really like making the new shapes of like the hair and everything. I think the color is a little off here, but then I changed it. Yeah, I was struggling there. Um, so yeah, that's my whole like I'm old thing. Like, what are the alt girlies doing? Is it like emo girling or like e girling? or like some new brand of goth. I don't know. I was always more like a, well, I never dressed goth when I was like a teenager because I wasn't buying my own clothes and my parents wouldn't buy me anything too edgy. Um, so yeah, I do think the little heart thing, Marina and the Diamonds, that was a 2012 thing, but it like the little eye under eye tattoo things, they're not tattoos, but like that got really popular with the e-girls, and I wonder if like the Marina fans were doing it first, because I didn't listen to Marina back then. I only just like discovered her a couple years ago, really. Um, yeah, so I gave her like a little cropped t-shirt with like the turtleneck under it. It's kind of like, that's kind of my basic classic e-girl outfit that I think of in my head if I want to like, I'm gonna design an e-girl, I'm gonna dress like an e-girl, you know, that's my go-to. Um, yeah, I kept the colors the same. I made the brown of her like shirt a little more blackish. At least I hope it comes across that way. Um, yeah, I don't know if it comes across that edgy now that like I kept the colors. I could have gone a little darker with it, and like with her hair. I did put some blue in her hair. I do that later on. Oh, did I change the sleeves to white? Or no, I made it like a striped turtleneck because of course I did. Yeah, the striped turtleneck was the thing. And I made it white and blue. Um, yeah, I made her lips a little more glossy because I feel like that's the thing. The e-girl trend kind of came around a little when the matte was dying. And one thing I love about doing these edits, like the easiest and funnest part is like the face, like the makeup. It's so fun to like put like a lot of blush or like with the Snow White one and this one I feel like all the eyeshadow just like really darkening that. It's so fun. I don't know if I get to that part yet or if I've done it already. Yeah, this shirt is looking very brown. I really hope I change it. Um, I can't remember, even though like I did this like a week ago. It's not that old. It's not as old as the ones I did for my last video. um, but yeah, it is. I can't remember. So yeah, the skirt I also made like that brownish black. I think I do darken the skirt for sure. Even if the shirt isn't dark, the the skirt definitely is. I feel like. Oh yeah, I'm desaturating it a lot. I'm making it more gray. Um, yeah, just making that collar look a little oversized and getting that turtleneck. Yeah, here comes the stripe piece. I wanted it to be like a little more turquoise because I feel like that's more of a bright kind of e-girly color, and plus like it matches some of the sparkles in the shoes. Like it's not the color of the shoe, but like it's in there, or like some of the lines are that turquoise color. You know, it like ties back in, but it's not like you're literally matching the shoe. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I gave her some chains. I feel like I could have done more chains, but I just didn't feel like drawing them. I didn't know how to like shade them to like differentiate themselves from each other, you know what I mean? Um, yeah. So yeah. I made her legs like crossed because I think she had her legs crossed in the original pose. I just like kind of figured out where her leg would be and I don't know where the other one would be. I am really bad at like posing like anything. Feet, don't even get me started on feet. I'm so glad like none of these pictures have feet in them. Shoes, forget about it. Uh, so yeah, I kind of cropped that whole leg situation out later. I try to copy these belts from these. This one Barbie dressed as an e-girl is so cute. I love that for her. And then that one picture of like just a regular outfit. Yeah, belts are kind of hard for me to draw. I don't know, or like at least that like folded part where it's like kind of hanging off, and I'm like, wait, how do I draw that? I was like doing so much. My brain cells were going at it. So yeah, more chains at the waist there. The belt looks super crooked, which like it doesn't really matter. Like a belt can like face whichever way, and like it's still gonna hold your pants up, right? But like it looks like I intentionally drew her waistline wrong, or like I don't know where the waist is, and like I'm mad. I should have fixed that. But anyway, I put some blue in her hair, some gradient, so it's like blonde to green, a little bit to blue. Yeah, again keeping it a little too recognizable that it's Cinderella. Her dress isn't blue. I know this. I will fight for the silver dress until the day I die. But it is very like blue is her color, like in the marketing and everything. Yeah, here comes the eyeshadow and the blush and everything. I really love doing that. It's so much fun. Ooh, that eyeliner. Yes, that's so fun. I love it. Since I like stopped wearing makeup a while ago, like a couple years ago, at least except for like Halloween, um, it's just really fun to draw makeup like on the screen, like on another person. It's cute and fun. And I give her a piercing too on her lip. Yeah, there she is. Oh, and I put the Cinderella, like the band logo on her shirt because I thought that was cute. I don't listen to them. My dad does sometimes. I don't know. Like, it's just a band I know of. He's not like a huge fan, I don't think of. They're just the band I'm aware exists. So for Sleeping Beauty, I went a little different and made it more like less recognizable that it's her. I think I wanted like a, maybe I was thinking like a vampire because she like, they sleep like in coffins and like they have to like die before they are vampires. So maybe that was where my mind was at, even though like vampires aren't necessarily goth and vice versa. Like goth people are human. Whoa, who knew? But I was really leaning into that like romantic fantasy sort of vibe, and like I guess that's where my mind was. And like romantic goth is a thing. Like there's, you know, I was really leaning into that like dark fantasy thing, cause yeah, I'm a horror girly deep in my soul. Like that's where my heart is. It's like yeah, just like fantasy, horror, dark stuff. Like the fashion, I wanted it to be like fun and spooky. So I gave her the corset. The corset was so good because like her corset, like the shape is perfect for like this like romantic goth vibe that I wanted. Um, I mean, I did like edit out like little strappies there. Yeah, I was confused as to like what color I should use because pink and blue just weren't working for me. Like, so I just went with red instead, which is like kind of breaking away from the recognizability of the character. Um, but I do like her. This one's also very simple, like no tattoos, I don't know if I gave her piercings. I mean, I feel like this is more like classic, like maybe a little bit historically inspired, but not like accurate by any means to like any period I can think of. It just kind of has that vague historical vibe, you know what I mean? Like a Halloween costume, sort of. So like no piercings or tattoos here. I mean, those did exist back like a long time, but you know, they're not like the forefront of like any goth thing. Or were they? I don't know. I don't know the history of like old tattoos, you know? Um, so yeah, maybe I will try to implement more tattoos later on because this is the last one for this video, but I want to do more. So maybe I will play around with that. Maybe show more, show more skin on my girlies, so I can put lots of tattoos on them. Yeah, I really like the lip color I gave her. Oh, and the eyeshadow. Oh, that's so fun to like blend the colors. Oh, it's so fun. I love it. Especially because like my eye shape is stupid. That's like a really tiny part of why I stopped wearing makeup, but like it is a part of it, and like blending just wasn't working for me. But on the screen, it's really fun. So yeah, I also made her like a lot more pale and like her hair a little more whitish, like kind of wheat blonde more than like the. I mean, I feel like her hair was already like wheat blonde. I would describe it like that. I like hate when Disney princess lineups have like Cinderella and Aurora's hair color the exact same because like Aurora is clearly like more ash wheat type of blonde, and Cinderella is very much like an orange, like strawberry blonde. They are not the same. um, but yeah, I like the little choker and the little bat necklace I gave her. I feel like that's the kind of jewelry I was drawn to when I was like 12, when I was like reading. Anyone read like those Night World books? I think that's what they were called. They were like, yeah, like anthologies kind of. Those are fun. I liked those. Yeah, that's kind of like what I imagine some of the characters wearing. I like the dark lipstick, like the top lip is black. Like it's the Kim Possible look with the black liner though. I love that. Um, yeah, so that's it for this one. I am definitely gonna do more of these. It's really fun. I kind of want to try playing around with like the time periods. Like for sure, I want to make Ariel like an 80s goth. Also, my commissions are open, not for editing, but just for like my regular drawing. I'll link the post about it in the description. DM me on Tumblr, and only Tumblr, please. Yeah. Peace out. See you in the next one.